don't forget so quickly, right? Like when I was in high school, let's put some respect on me real quick. I was fitted. Was I not fitted?
No, you used to be fitted. You used to be fitted, bro.
Exactly. Okay, so we get to college. It's time to lock in. It's time to lock in. We locked in for 4 years, and you know what you wear when you lock in? Sweatpants and a sweatshirt. Sweatpants and a sweatshirt. You don't need drip. I'm locked in. Now I'm out of school, and for 2 years, pandemic, I'm still trying to figure it out. And I just come to this awakening because people telling me like, "Yo, what's going on?" I told you, bro. You remember at the beginning of the year when I had to call somebody out of the pod because they said I couldn't drive. You remember this, right? So now I'm in the city. I'm in Chicago. I'm going to Chicago, the best city in the country. And I got a big suitcase, and I'm not gonna buy shit.
No, you're right. I feel like most people just layer pieces in as time goes. They don't just shop as free. Yeah, 2,000 right now.
But my thing is, I'm so ill. I don't have to do it. I'm so ill, bro. I'm so ill. I could walk up into Mag Mile. You know what I'm saying? Hit the malls, hit the outlets. Give me a weekend. I'm Mr. Put that shit on now.
All right, bro.
I'm wearing, you know how crazy it is? You know how crazy it is for me to be wearing a leather vest on a leather couch? I'm dripped out.
So you're dripping.
I'm dripped out. Doing, bro, I'm sweating. I went to Rum and Jerk the other night. Bro, we're in Florida. It's 77 degrees outside. I'm wearing a fucking tee. I'm wearing a tee, a leather vest, and denim jeans. I'm wearing denim. It's hot. It's hot. We dancing. I'm sweating.
It's hot as hell. Why would you buy that, bro? You look like a nigga off Mad Max, bro. I can't even.
No, but listen. Yo, you know how many people I sent the vest to before I put it on? Because I was like, that's me now. But then I sent it. Yes, that's it. And the thing is, you can't wear no leather coat in Florida. Sleeves are out. You know what I'm saying? Arms are out. It's an accent. This is episode 72 of the Rhythm and Rhymes podcast. I'm your host, AJ Hughes. I'm here with my co-host, Antonio Hughes. How's it going, bro? You know what I'm saying? How you doing?
Real good. I had a good homecoming, almost a week-long bender. Even one of my teachers today said she still had a homecoming hangover. So it was definitely one of those days back in Tally. Garbage everywhere, you could see it. But homecoming was really good past week for sure. And then rolling into my birthday in the next 2 weeks. And then we're going to Columbia. I'm excited for that end of the year.
That sounds good, bro. I feel like I'm outside more the last couple of weeks, which means I have less time to listen to music. It means I have less time to listen to music, which means the music that I listen to is a lot more important. I don't know. I really have to be making decisions because I looked at what came out this weekend and I genuinely couldn't get to it all. So I'm interested to see what you listen to. But I wanted to start off with this. I had a question for you, right? Because I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about all of the things that have been happening in terms of federal cases, criminal cases with rap recently. So he entered a plea deal and he pled guilty to possession of a firearm, criminal street gang activity, and he pleaded no contest to racketeering and leading a criminal street. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about Lil Durk. I'm thinking about all the people say, bring Young Thug home. And I'm in the middle in my head when I hear stuff like this, I'm like, okay, if he committed crimes, right, from a moral standpoint, where do we hold people? Should we hold some type of moral opinion about committing crimes? Because on the other hand, I think about just like how many people go to jail and how it is an unbiased system, right? So you don't really want to wish jail. Do you think jail reforms people? And if so, do you think morally people who do commit crimes should be held to some type of penalty in that way? Or are you more like because I keep hearing this street justice thing, right? Where it's like the community decides your punishment. But I'm like, that's not really getting executed to any real moral standard. So what standard do we have?
I feel like that's always been something that's hard for me personally, just because I feel like for certain crimes, prison can be rehabilitation, but certain things, it's like some people, I guess it's more so person by person basis. I feel like it depends on who the person is, what their mindset is going in, what they're doing while they're in prison, if they're actually trying to better themselves or not. It also even depends on like where you're at in prison. Like I know if you're at like one of the worst prisons, it might not be good for you. But if you're at one of the ones that are like maybe nicer, even like ones in foreign countries are more rehabilitating than they are in the United States. So I really feel like it depends on, like I said, the person and like the level of crime they committed, because certain things I feel like you can come back from. There's people who have gotten self-defense, manslaughter charges that really, or like different stuff like that, to where you can be rehabilitated if you have the right help. It can be like that for you. And if I'm being honest, I don't know what Young Thug really did. Of course, he pleaded guilty to stuff. I don't know all the details of the actual crimes, but I feel like a lot of people who haven't went to jail for crimes that they should have went to jail for. There's music executive who have robbed people blind and taken people's money, done all types of stuff, like rapists who are still walking the streets. There's a bunch of people who have done bad things that don't get that, not even get a second chance, but they just get to keep walking free, don't get any type of consequences, no problems. And I don't know, I just feel like people do deserve a second chance in a way. I feel like some people, especially in the rap world, and I was thinking about this weekend too, it's like they were born into this lifestyle and they were born into just how it is. Some people, like a lot of the guys in Chicago, they were born into the street violence, they were born into the gang culture, so it's what they know. But I do feel like it gets to a level where you should be able to remove yourself from it, or you should just be able to see, if I want to do this, I cannot keep doing what I was doing in the past. Even if that was your livelihood, even if that was your life overall, I don't think that eventually you have to pivot, especially if you want to keep being a musician and keep being a profitable one.
Yeah, when I look at his crimes, like they're alleging that he purchased a car or he rented a car that was used in. Yeah, so they're alleging he used a rental car, like he paid for a rental car that was used in an offing by other YSL members, and he had possessions of firearms and other substances when they pulled him over or they found him. And so I guess I'm looking at these charges and it's like morally, how do we feel about these people doing said things? And when you say come back from, I just think at what point do we hold people accountable to, like, we can't speak to the knowledge in which he had on the actual murder that happened, right? We can't speak to that, but still using your funds to enable what do we say? What do we say about that, right? You're technically facilitating crime in a way, and the crime is I don't know. I just think a lot of times, like, I understand that they grow up in these environments, and like you said, eventually they get to other places. But I'm like, when we just look at what actually took place, who do we put the onus on? Who's responsible then? If that's all I've been thinking about, you know what I'm saying? Because people say free thug because in terms of society's moral compass or what they actually value, we value slaps more than we do like your behavior between people in the community. That's decided. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter what you did if you make it slaps. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just been thinking about that a lot.
I have been having a hard time, at least listening to drill music lately, just because of the content of some of the stuff. And you hear, even with the Lil Uzi album, I'm gonna talk about a specific line where I was like, the way people talk about their crimes within songs too is just getting old. Like, why, if you're gonna do some stuff, not that you should, I'm not condoning any type of violence, but it's like, why are you then going and talking about what you did on the track? I've never understood that. But I do want to say that Young Thug, his original arrest was May 9th, 2022, and I feel like, do you feel like a person could be able to sit there for those 2 years being in that prison system and be able to get rehabilitated in 2 years? Do you think he has to sit in jail for what they were originally trying to give him to get the depth of his actions and the extent to which what he did affected the people around him? Do you think that he needed more time to understand that?
My answer is I don't know. That's the moral dilemma I'm in. Because on one hand, I'm like, if you're responsible for committing a crime that we, as what I think my core belief system believes is wrong, there should be repercussions for said crime. But on the other side, I just know that the prison system has the ability to rehabilitate, but oftentimes does not, and oftentimes is unbiased in our favor. So I don't really all the way agree with how they have the judicial system set up. But at the same time, I feel like you should hold some level of responsibility for your actions. So I'm in the middle. I'm like, I don't know what you're supposed to believe. You know what I'm saying? I might not be, if I'm not aligned with his actions, I'm not going to voice any support for them. But it's like, what is the repercussion? If honestly, in this case, because his repercussion was sitting down for 2 years, I would deem that as enough. You know what I'm saying? I would deem that as enough, but I don't agree with the judicial system. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. But yeah, that's all I was thinking about, really, honestly. We about to get some more Thug Drake slaps. So are we getting a collab Metro Thug Drake Future album? What you think?
No, I think Metro out of all of them still has beef with Drake, but I do think we're gonna get a future Thug Drake song soon. I also think Lil Baby Young Thug is coming too, but we'll see.
Smooth. We gonna see. All right. Next thing I have to ask you. I'm just asking you questions today. You know what I'm saying? Am I too old for Lil Uzi Vert? Now, I seen Eternal a Take. I listened to Eternal a Take one. It's a take, right? Or a take? A take, one and two. I listened and I did not like it, right? I was an Uzi fan growing up in high school, even a little bit into college. Around the time I stopped really caring about every release was the Future Uzi album. I wasn't a big fan, and after that, if it caught me. But Eternal Take 2 came out this past weekend, and I did not listen to it. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I did not listen to it, and then you told me I should go listen to it. And so then I went to check it out. And bro, I think I probably listened to, I gave him a lot of songs. I gave him a lot of songs. I probably want to listen to, I want to say 9 or 10. 9 or 10 of them. And I think I liked one. I think I liked one song. And so I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another listen. But I think I'm too old now. I think I'm too old for this. What do you think?
I feel like we all get to a point where we grow out of certain artists. I feel like even though I still listen to Nudie on a small basis, I feel like I still listen to his old stuff, and I've grown out of a lot of the new stuff that's came out. Like he dropped some okay stuff, but I had that same feeling with him. But I don't know. Personally, I think just after the last album that was so rock heavy, even though these beats were still like those like Ken Carson futuristic type of beats,
Yeah, I don't like
it was just like I still felt like Uzi was rapping on here. Maybe that was just me, and maybe that was just me. Maybe I felt like the flows reminded me of some of the old stuff that he would do. And I feel like one thing I've always loved about Uzi is his ability to marry, to me, good song making with decent bars. It doesn't always have to be top. Fucking, I'm Freddie Gibbs. Like we're gonna talk about, it's not gonna be those types of bars. But I always feel like, with the exception of the last album, I've always liked Uzi beats married with Uzi flows and just Uzi sounds. But I don't know. Some people aren't gonna like it. Some people are. I feel like I just was glad to get Uzi music,
I,
but yeah.
I see what you're saying, and I'm not gonna lie. That subgenre of hip hop that is now rock, punk esque inspired, it's not for me. It's just not for me. You are very rarely going to find me listening to that. And honestly, the flows that come with that type of music, I'm not a fan of. This was the first time where I noticed Uzi was rapping off beat. There was a couple songs on here where I'm like, bro, he's not even in a pocket. He's not in no pocket. He's just rapping over this weird, clunky, metallic sounding beat. And I'm just, I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that. I need a rhythm. I need something I could bop my. And so, you want my old stuff, buy my old out. I'm streaming Lil Uzi versus the world. I listened to it yesterday. So is just this era of Uzi is just not for me.
Yeah. It's not for everybody. Like he's
It
definitely
is what
talked
it
on
is.
that on the songs. Like he'll be like, if you think I'm not rapping now, that was on the last song. He said, if you think I'm not rapping now, you just hate it. It's not for
I
everybody,
am
bro.
hating. I am hating. You're right. Central C. Listen, listen. I feel like I come on here and talk about him a lot, but he did just put out a single, One by One. Cash Cobain beat. He did the Colors performance. I enjoyed the song, but I wanted to know what you thought of the song and the rollout. What did you think of this? What are you thinking of the rollout? Because there was some things, I don't know if you saw, he's supposed to do a Cortez with his album, right? So for the album sales, that's going to be the merch, and then a Trap Star collab. Trap Star is a big brand in the UK. But that's just stuff I wanted to add in, and I wanted to know what you thought of that.
I heard the song. I did not hear about the rollout. I think you actually did. Is that the one you sent to me? I thought that might have been the Cortez Nike collab, and I just missed the video.
No, yeah, that was Cortez Nike, but if you go to his site, he hasn't put out a post for it. Just on his site, he has countdowns to the collab release or whatever. I just thought it was worth noting.
I think it's cool. To me, it reminds me of like maybe an artist doing a Supreme drop back in the day, like having their face on a shirt, like how you had the Buju Banton one or the Tyler the Creator one. I think That reminds me of that. But the actual song, I loved it. I feel like he came with a lot of energy on the song, and I really liked the flow and the pocket he was in. I think Colors, to be honest, in the past 5 years for me has been one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube. That's one of the ways I found out about Samara Sin, who I'm going to talk about earlier. That's how I found out about, I think that was one of the first times I heard Doechii too, with that one that she did. But either way, I really liked how he did this. I think coming out with the video, did the video come out before the song, or was it like same day?
They came out at the same time.
Oh, okay. I did think the visual was cool. I thought the song was really good, and I'm excited for a new album because we've been waiting. So.
Me too. The amount of time he had between now and the release, it sounds unheard of to plan something out that. It's January 24th. I can't even, when's the last time you heard an album is coming out in 3 months?
The Fall Off, we still waiting on it.
But no, he didn't give us a date. He never gave us a date. He just said it's coming soon. That's a good ass job. Where's that at?
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Where is that at? That's was it Yandi? These albums never had dates, or they had dates and they got pushed so many times. We're never getting this, right? He gave us a date 3 months out. When's the last time he was like, bro, album in 3 months? I don't remember. So I think that's interesting. And also, I think from a marketing perspective, each project that he does, him having like a color associated with the project that he uses throughout all the visuals, all the clothing collabs and all that stuff. I think that's pretty cool. Like first was orange, second is yellow. This is like a rose gold. He did a Nike collab where they used the rose gold in it. The Colors performance was rose gold. The singles that he's dropped that I think are on the album have rose gold in them. I just thought that was a cool fact. He understands marketing a bit. You know what I'm saying? What on this list did you listen to, and what did you have the most to say about it?
I listened to everything on this list. The most I'd probably say is probably the Westside Gunn album, because that's what I listen to most.
I said, tell me about that really quick.
I loved this Westside Gunn album. I feel like for the past 2 albums, we've seen more of Westside Gunn actually rapping. I used to talk about Westside Gunn so much that you had to tell me to stop talking about Westside Gunn. I remember that. That was like first couple podcasts. But now I feel like his recent projects have really grabbed me, and I feel like this one was really good. I wasn't expecting it to be a DJ Drama release. I like the cover just because he's really into wrestling, and to see him put a big wrestler on there, that was pretty cool. I would probably say my favorite songs were Underground King. Rome Streets on here had one of the best verses I've heard all year, and that's really hard to say just because there's been a lot of good verses this year, but one of the best verses that I've heard this year for sure. And then the song Stove God Cooks and Benny the Butcher on Still Praying was good as well. And Free Shots was also another good project. But I also just want to say I made a video. My first ever video was about DJ Drama. And I feel since then, DJ Drama has ran off so many projects, it's hard to count. So
he dropped 2. Yeah, I was going to say he dropped 2. He dropped that little 5-piece. You saw that? That was cool too. But yeah, Westside Gunn been doing this thing, man. I don't know. DJ Drama too. You're right. DJ Drama is on a ton of projects randomly. I'm going to go give this a listen though. I need to get back into that mode where it's 70 to 80 BPM, weird, sloppy, chopped up old soul samples. Yeah, grimy. You know what I'm saying? Get it out the mud. I need to get back to that. But yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to listen to that whole project. It's on the list though. You listen to Samara? Is that a single or an album? Samara.
I can run through it quick.
Okay. Yeah, run through that and Freddie Gibbs, because I didn't hear those either. I listened to a bit of Freddie Gibbs, but not enough to give my opinion. Tell me about that.
So Samara Sin, as I mentioned before, I originally found out about her on Colors. She really, like I've said, she reminds me of that Doja Cat, gives me like Doechii, like really grimy raps too, but I like what I heard from this. I don't really have much to say about it. Just a good sounding project. My favorite songs were the intro, MFTB, and then 100 Square Feet. Both really good songs, but you guys should go check this out if you like female rap. If you're a Doja Cat fan, this is definitely something you would like. And it was a decent first outing for her because I don't think she's dropped like a real project besides that. But if I'm wrong, correct me, all the Samara Sin super fans. But Freddie Gibbs, I also like this project. It was real quick, real straight to the point. One thing, I was laughing because every time he started the song, he was like slaying. He kept saying that, like he be doing that at the beginning. He had that same little flow, but I really liked a bunch of the songs on here. I think one of the arguments I saw all weekend was, could Freddie Gibbs out-rap J. Cole? And I feel like everybody's just doing that now. Like every time somebody drops, can he be J. Cole? Can he be J. Cole? And then I sat there for a good like hour just running through Freddie Gibbs albums, and I was like, I think he's one of the people that I would put up against him. But I want to hear.
You think Freddie Gibbs? You think Freddie? So are we talking about You're saying out rap, yo, here's a beat, you two rap together, or are we saying who's had the better rap discography, essentially? What are you saying?
I think when the argument came up, it was both. It was like people were arguing discographies. Oh, me?
I'm asking you though. I'm asking you. Yes, I'm asking you if we're talking, okay, I'll ask you both ways. If we put both of them on a song, produced by, I'll even do produced by Alchemist, because I know J. Cole could do that. Produced by Alchemist, who raps, and they rap on the same song without hearing each other, who raps better?
I think Freddie Gibbs could smoke him.
That's yo, the disrespect. Now I'm caping for Jermaine. All right, listen, love Freddie Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? Indie Animal, Gary. You know what I'm saying? He's that guy. But like how you say he comes in the same way on every song, I feel like his flow is a bit less versatile than a J. Cole. I feel like J. Cole has a larger database of words, and so he rhymes different things in different ways that I don't think Freddie Gibbs could. Because I think Freddie Gibbs has a similar rhyme scheme throughout his songs. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion. And discography wise, you could make the argument that as a like, and this is where the rap pop thing gets weird. Forest Hills Drive is, in terms of a mass release to the masses that is just accepted by everybody, there's nothing in Freddie Gibbs' catalog that could touch it. You think, okay, you can give me the Madlib project, you can give me the Alchemist project, because I love both of those. Like, you can give me even, he got one called Pinata, right? Or Ping. Bro, any of these projects, even the one that just came out, which was really good. Was it Sold Separately or something like that? That was heat. But none of the Forest Hill Drive? Go ahead. Make your
I
argument.
think my main argument for that would be Alfredo, like the Alchemist one, like you said. I think mainly just like it has a bunch of good rap songs on it, good verses on it, and good beats on it as well. Shout out Alchemist, shout out that boy, best white boy in the game. But
What's the best song on that project? What's the best song on the project?
either something to rap about or Scotty B.
Okay, something to rap about. Rap the song.
Well, I gotta rap it.
Can you? Can you rap it?
Not like the whole thing off the top of my head.
All right, Role Models, rap it.
Okay, you made your point.
Wet Dreams, Two Tales of Two Cities. We can go down the list. I don't know. I feel like that my thing is, I feel like the subgenre of underground hip hop is on, like, I enjoy it, but the reason, like, to be palatable to millions of people and still be rapping is hard, bro. That is super hard. It's super hard. I don't want to say it's almost hard. I think it's harder than using like spaghetti, orange, born, doing all of that. I think it's harder if you're actually saying something and reaching a ton of people like J. Cole. So I just think it's a bit more, I think it's different. I just think it's different.
Yeah, and I think that's why people still have Drake at such a high standard, because it's like Drake has been able to, for the past 10 to 15 years, make some of the soundtracks to our life, but still have a bunch of those songs, like a pocket of those songs that are like, I can out rap every nigga in front of me. So
yeah, good argument, I guess. I'm going to listen to this Freddie Gibbs project, You Only Die Once. And I'm going to say this about this song, Order by Shali Papi and Olamide. It's in the same vein as Ozeba by Rema. And it's probably one of the craziest songs I've heard in the last couple of months. I love this song for some reason. I don't know why. I just like the pace of it. I feel like it's super fast. I like the production on it. I love the drums on this. But yeah, I'm just going to say that. And that's all I have to say on the new releases. That was the song I listened to the most this weekend. All right, let's get up out of here, man. Let's get up out of here. What songs you got for the people? Actually, let me go first this time. I'm going to let you end it. I'm going to let you close this out. Yo, I kept hearing the name Big X the Plug. Didn't know who it was, right? I kept seeing pictures of him, and I was like, let me go listen. And I heard by Big X the Plug. It's a bop. So y'all go listen to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting y'all on now. And then the second song, What's the Issue? Love Foe. I was listening to Love Foe in the gym all weekend, and I forgot. I just forgot.
Lil Fo was one of the ones. Like I was literally, one of my mixes I'm about to make is a Chicago drill mix, and he was the first person I put in there. I still listen to Lil Fo religiously. Yeah, but my songs of the week, I got to
Yeah.
dive more into that Rod Wave project too. I was listening to a lot of music this weekend. I just had time when I wasn't like out. So 25 by Rod Wave, that one's been getting a lot of, I feel like I've been seeing a lot of people making videos to it and like people putting it behind their pictures and stuff. But I really love that song. The message on that song is real good. So I'm gonna give that Rod Wave project a better listen so I could even maybe come in and give a better review. And what else do I want to do? I'll just do Taste by Lil Tecca. That Lil Tecca project is like the Don Tolliver project. I found something new every month just for me personally. I don't know how you would feel about it, but hey.
I posted your picture on my story, and then I went back and looked at it and saw the song pop up and started hearing it. And I was like, I put my brother in a story, and it's got Taste in the background. That's weird. So I deleted it. We're gonna be back next week, man. I'm excited. Stuff is happening, and I'm not gonna talk about it. It's just gonna come out. I'm just say that. We're gonna see y'all next week.